Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Panzer Corps 2. We're here in the 6th mission, the Battle of Arras. Mine General. This Rommel character is absolutely relentless. Well, it is true that we have only seen minimal combat during the daytime. Continuing the advance by night is exhausting. By my calculation, we've traveled over 100 miles in just the past few days. While our forces finished deploying at Cambrai, Rommel has requested your presence for a meeting. We had better not keep him waiting, or he'll probably just continue without us. He's near a tree. Oh wow, he speaks German. Guten Morgen, Herr General. It seems we have a problem. My vanguard has made contact with a British garrison at Arras, and they also reported that more British reinforcements are en route from the north. If I had to guess, I would say they've been sent to intercept us. Probably. This is bad news. Pincer attack of French and British forces could leave us trapped. I must recommend we stop and... On the contrary, I plan to attack. Of course. He's stunned into silence again. Seriously. My scouts have detected no French support of any kind moving to assist the British. This lack of unity can only mean the counterattack we face is poorly organized and can be crushed with decisive action. Primary objective, at least 8 7 Panzer units survive the battle and capture all victory hexes. Capture the Arras bridges. Most of my Panzer division is just south of Arras. We'll use that town as a base for our counterattacks. I intend to engage the British head-on, but will fall back to the town to regroup if we sustain too many losses. Looks like 7th Panzer can secure an airfield there. We should definitely make use of it as a base for our aircraft. Once they do, then we'll do our best to maintain control of the airfield for you. While we clash with the British directly, I need your support on our flanks as soon as you can provide it. Some auxiliary forces have set up defensive pickets, but I don't know how long they'll last with their light anti-tank weapons. The faster and harder we strike, the better our chances to break the British offensive, before it can be build up momentum, and so it is time to put the plan into action. I take my leave to prepare my division for combat. Hauptmann Wagner returns Rommel's salute and then watches the general depart. We'd better get our forces ready immediately too, mein Herr, but before we do, the open countryside is well suited to our vehicles. I recommend we leave our slower infantry behind and deploy extra panzers for this battle. As final warning, Rommel will undoubtedly prove to be very difficult to maintain radio contact with, too busy fighting from the front again most likely. If we want to keep track of 7th Panzer Division forces, we'll need our units to maintain visual contact with them. Our recon aircraft would definitely help keep an eye on their progress. I believe the reason why you need to do that is because these units don't really do a whole lot if you don't have vision on them. I mean, in the sense that if you don't have visuals on a certain ally, through any means, I believe they don't do anything. Or, at least from what I gathered from the forums, they don't actually count, for example, in an encirclement if you don't see them, even though the encirclement would be there if you do see their forces. It's almost as if they are not there. It's really weird. It's very strangely designed that way. And the briefing. Ah, okay, this is one of those prestige dumps again. In general, we have a problem. In fact, it's the same problem Rommel already ran into at Dinant. We've advanced so far, so fast, and taken so many prisoners. Our operations are in danger of being slowed down under the sheer weight of prisoner management. This latest group of French colonial troop captures is the straw that has broken our back. Something must be done. If we just let them go, it will certainly take the strain off of our supply situation, but these are no mere civilians. Just letting them go runs a serious risk. They will return to French lines and rearm to fight us once again. On the other hand, locking them all down will really eat into our available manpower and supplies. So, just to be honest, if it really eats into our available manpower and supplies, and it costs us half our stockpile, why don't we get this stockpile back? Why don't we get this manpower back once these prisoners have been dealt with? Right? I mean, sure, they could take care of the prisoners, but shouldn't they be back after this battle then? Or once they've taken care of the prisoners? Or just gonna walk away? They're just like, oh well, we take care of the prisoners. Let's go join 11th Division, 11th Panzer Division, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's go. That's a bit weird in your story, but sure, whatever. A decision to properly detain and later turn over our captives POWs will also garner some political favor, whose administration will eventually catch up with no matter how fast or advanced. You have 3 commendation points. Exchange half of your prestige for 7 commendation points. Sure. Fine. And we got fast deployment, can unmount for an organic transport and fire after movement. Alright. Alright, let's get to deploying here. Alright, so we already know that most of these guys, they're just gonna die basically. If they don't die from Sergeant Reed over there, or Sergeant Armit, whoever these sergeants are, I've never heard of them. Whether they're real or fictitious. So we're not allowed to cross over the marked line. You'll get a penalty for that, obviously. At least there's no city to take on this side. I would need to have paratroopers or something for that. But by any rate, we should probably... Let's see, because there's nothing here. So we can hold here at the city itself. And on this side too now. Yeah, it's just that these guys need to survive basically, so. Let's get rid of a few infantry units. That's probably gonna be prudent at the very least. We need some infantry for city combat. But that's about it. So I'm looking at 2 infantry, 2 pioneers. Currently. I do want to have more air units as well. Not only will I take these guys, but I'll also take my... The thing is, I kind of want to build up to 6 fighters, and I currently have 4. I'm probably best off trying to buy 2 new ones and trying to get those guys to a higher level. Because... What do you mean, add to basket? Why would I want to add a basket? Can I just purchase these? What's the use of adding it to a basket? Whatever. Let's kick you out. So we have 2 fresh ones, and then these 2. They'll have 4 fighters for this scenario. Let's stick another bomber. I guess these ones will do. So, yeah, it's almost inconsequential. It really doesn't matter. We're at 75 right now. I would like to add at least an additional tank. I mean, the Neubaufahrzeug. That's actually overstrength it. 13 seems to be most cost effective here. So, let's work with that. And, what do we got over here? So, if I switch this up to a Panzerjäger. It's probably pretty reasonable. Let's switch out to Panzer IV. I hope we can get these. So we cannot currently. That is a wee bit of a problem. I already have very little tanks, but I can get rid of one of these infantry. There are 5 slots. Yeah, that's okay. So, probably I can't really make any more upgrades here. BF1, the E1 is also upgraded version already. 3F is probably not upgradable. I would be shocked if there was anything that would be better here. But there's so much litter and garbage. I'm keeping here on a trophy wall. Alright. As for a recon, I might actually get another recon. Not that... So, I think that if I get it back here, I already cannot over... What if I change this into a pawn heart, huh? That technically it would be... It says 50% increase, not in heart attack, but they have slightly more defense. In fact, it really does not matter. They don't really need a recon. I'll just get a bit more over strength. Sure, this will be fine. I think we can handle it. Alright, there we go. Now, as for air forces, I have no other airfield, so I really need to use that. Bombers. And... Okay, I can place these guys a lot further. Generally, I'd like to jam my infantry up, or my artillery up front, because the tanks can move a lot further anyway. I do want to have the KV up front too. Just like the chart, they just have the least amount of movement. Infantry, probably the least important right now, so they're for the most part going to the back, although I will have this Azul infantry too. I did also get a hero, which was... Oh, you're already full, so I need to get something. Which hero... Oh. Which hero did I get? Can unmount from organic transport and fire after movement. What am I gonna put it on? It probably on an artillery. Right, can unmount from organic transport and fire after it. Yeah, that... I believe that's something that they cannot do. There are 22 turns. Well, first and foremost, I'm just pulling these back, hopefully out of vision. While also doing a bit of spotting myself. They didn't look too powerful, although I don't really expect a whole lot to be happening in the center here. Let's just make sure though that that is actually the case. I'm actually a bit surprised. I cannot take this, or I cannot see everything here. Let's actually go. This would be 3. Well, at least it's something. It almost went down. Cannot take the airfield this turn, so I might just as well do a bit of reconnaissance. Weather's bad, so there is not too much I can do here. Just moving my units forward is probably all I can amount to at the moment. I don't really expect any enemy attack on the first turn either this way. So they might bomb me, and that would be unfortunate, although they cannot really see anything there, so who knows. Fairly surprised that for all these areas, even though I have trucks, it seems to be impossible for me to get out of the trucks in the city of Vancourt. Okay, let's just wait for a sec here. Funny they could still see that, but it's unsurprising that they can't completely overrun. There we go. So, obviously they were gonna get overrun there, but I was still able to save them at least a little bit. We'll see whether they might actually be put to good use. Anyhow, attacking my infantry in the city is probably a pretty bad idea. I mean, certainly I will take the airfield. And then one thing that I can do, but then I need to not lose that airfield, is to transfer my units over to this airfield. And then they're right on top of them, and then they just die. So they also have a Hurricane and a Lysander. Lysander is a recon unit. I don't think I can reach them though. I can reach the Lysander, but as for these, if I want to put up a serious defense, I just have to start transferring my my air forces up forward, and it would suit me to get the bombers there as well. I'll defend the airfield, sure. The Lysander's a bit of a problem in that regard, because it does have vision 4, so they can see everything around here. Still, I would expect this to still be a reasonable defense. Certainly I'll keep my AA there. They might not be able to go all the way around, and because yeah, let's keep you here as a suicide squad. Basically they'll have to run one of their attacks on it. I'd say that would be pretty bad for them. I'm looking for the overrun here. They both already have steamroller, so at least they got that going for them. But I think an overrun here is pretty invaluable. So I'm also putting these guys up as bait. Now, what I am looking for though is them not being able to go around. So this thing has a movement of 3, it's a Matilda. The likelihood that they'll attack from this side in here, I mean, the odds are there. Currently they cannot see this even. Although I don't really know how that works potentially. They have movement 3. And as for the road, 0.8, so it doesn't matter. There's 1.6, 2.4, they cannot make it all the way there. They're very likely then to get into an ambush here. I'm actually going to put these over the Wolframen because those are the units that I want them least to bomb. I can see the enemy do some bombing runs actually, because my fighters are not yet appropriated. Let's just call it like that. So Whitley. Ah, that's a shame. Really hope to get an ambush there. I guess it didn't work then. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, second star? Nice. Okay, so they wouldn't die, so I need to attack like this first in the hopes of getting an overrun on them. Okay, well, we do have quite a few fighters here, especially those that need combat experience. That's one of the enemy forces down. What do you have? +3 attack when defending. I mean, these guys need some heavy blasts. And I mean, they're one of the few units that I really want to capture here, so I really... Resilient, Famous, and Scavenger, right. They would do the trick then. That's how it looks like. 32 Matilda. Oh, this game is so ridiculous. Sure. Let's see. How would that look like? Okay. That will be an easy overrun. That should be an overrun. Just kidding. So now that we got those, need to set my sights on these units here. Hey, can these guys not get overrun? Awards. No. That's a bummer. Vickers and the cruisers are relatively weak units. So I don't expect too much from them. Yeah, I do want to attack here. I'm not gonna die, probably. Well, maybe. Haha. Alright. No, I actually really need these in there. You on this side, they cannot really go in between. This is not a recon unit, right? No, it just has rapid fire. Sure. This is blocked. Let's block it like that for now. They cannot really go in between there, so I do still feel that that is just fine. Obviously not great or anything, but I'll take what I can get. Just like here. I don't need to rush to Arras, so I'll just take what I can get here. It seems to be pretty bad all around. Hope the AI still cannot see that. That one unit there, that's a bit more risky than I would like, but okay, good. Gives me some XP. Man, so they were up there. Eesh. Oh, that sucks. Let's just pull you back. These guys seriously need more experience. So obviously they're not going to be able to beat these guys there, and I'll probably need to get some more support down there. It's just a bit of a gamble as to how much they were going to have. But it wasn't too bad, so I'm not really complaining. Yeah. Of course, you'll just see. I'm not upset or anything, I'm just disappointed. A Wasp Mark II, what does this do? Bunker Killer, ignores entrenchments, and it has overrun. Well, I can't kill everything in one go. Unfortunately, let's go for the AA though. Get an overrun, get an overrun. Move up here, attack. No more movement points, huh? Let's just take a bit of a peek here. So, even if they go like this, they can probably see everything. Kind of looks like they just jammed a bunch of troops in there. It's not really anything to worry about, really, at least at the moment. Doesn't really look like that's a particularly powerful push. Yeah, you know what, let's get the recon at least down. Together with the Wolframen. So those are fairly weak units. I do need to, however, actually see one of their forces for them to do anything. I still think that's a very silly rule. I mean, again, I think it's made... I actually have no clue why it is like that. It just seems like bad programming to me, but... I'm sure... Like, I don't have any proof of that, so it's refutable. Easy enough. Although the signs are there. They are there. And yeah, you also need to move up. So let's have you move down. And now these guys will also move, so hopefully they will actually do something useful. Although one might actually argue that them just staying there doing nothing is one of the easiest things you can do, because then at least all these units will survive. No, that's really silly. Okay, so they're actually moving from that side too. I would almost dare say that they're already sapped for most of their strength. Of course, they're going to get a few new ways, but for the moment, they're not looking too threatening, if you ask me. Either way, I'll leave things for the next episode. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.